Alright, good afternoon. Here we go. Very first game of Escape the Dark Castle. 10-page rulebook. Super simple. Super cool. So my game set had one problem. I had 2 Abbott dice and no Smith dice. So you should have a dice for every character. There are 6 different characters in the game. Mine came with all 6 character cards, but it unfortunately came with 2 Abbott cards and no Smith card. So that's okay. I can deal with that. It's a bug, obviously, in the putting together of this package. Maybe that's why I got it a little cheaper. Maybe they knew this had a bug in it. I don't know. So I have the Tanner, the Abbott, the Taylor, the Miller, the Cook, and an Abbott. This should be a Smith, but I'm going to use the Abbott die for the Smith, and we're good to go. 2-player game. Both my characters start with 18 hit points. This is what we have to survive. We have to go through 15 dungeon cards randomly shuffled, and then a boss at the very end to survive. That's it. That's the game. This is out of the game. These are all the other dungeon tiles out. These character dice out because I'm only playing with 2 characters. These are equipment cards which will be dealt based on the chapter cards. So we're ready to begin. It's that simple. Combat, anyway, long story, we'll get through it. Not long story, short story, we'll get through it. Turn over to begin, and again, we should turn it like a book, it says. So let's flip this over and read this. It's a treasure chest in a torchlit dungeon room. After years of incarceration in the depths of the dark castle, you finally break free of your cell. In a small stone room adjoining the cell block stands an old wooden chest. The lock is open. Draw an item card per player now. So we pull an item card. There's still more to read, but let's pull it. And it says lay them out, and then the players can decide who gets what. So we have Liquid Luck, and we have a Rotten Apple. We're going to give Liquid Luck. They both have 18 hit points, so I don't know. Let's give Liquid Luck to the one with very little, what's called, it has a term here. They are called Might, Cunning, and Wisdom. So we're going to give the one with little cunning, the Liquid Luck, and we'll give the Cook the Rotten Apple. And, you know, cooks can turn rotten apples into apple pie, baby. So why not, all right? So here we go. We're getting ready. Now let's read what it says. You hear footsteps approaching. You must not linger here. You make for the exit, slipping away and disappearing into the darkness. Turn the first chapter card. And I have it set up exactly how it says. All the dice, the dungeon, the equipment cards, and we flip it like a book. All right, next. It is a gentleman who's selling wares. It looks like hawking wares. He has a nasty scar and a giant mustache, and a hooded man approaches. He looks cautiously over his shoulder, then whispers, asking if you wish to trade. Each player may choose one option. Trade. Discard any item and draw 2 more. What? Discard any item and draw 2 more. Wow, negotiate. Try to roll a double in one attempt. Success. Your silver stung pays dividends. Draw an item card. Wow, failure. Your primitive. Okay, so each player may choose one option. Trade. They can discard an item and draw 2 more. That's pretty cool. Get to throw out 1 and get 2. This is Liquid Luck. It lets me re-roll. I don't think so. Partial apple. We're going to throw out partial apple. Partially eaten apple. And we're going to draw 2 more. It says here, negotiate. Try to roll a double in one attempt. Success. Your silver tongue pays dividends. Draw an item card. Failure. Your primitive appeal falls flat. You get nothing. Oh man, I gotta roll a double. Nope. So nothing. I get nothing. I lose my apple, and I fail to get these from him. Shoot, I'm putting those back in the deck, though. It doesn't say not to. Discard any item, draw 2 more. Negotiate. Oh, so I could have just traded him or negotiated to try to get even another. Okay, so I could have just accepted the trade. The apple for whatever I drew randomly, but that's okay. Lesson learned. I could have attempted to negotiate to get a 3rd item. Now, you can only carry 2 items on your character or 1 2-handed item. So remember that. But we lost our rotten apple. I think that's fair. Now, unless I read that wrong, I'll accept my take. But the good thing is we haven't died yet. So room 1 gone as we move through the castle trying to escape. Ooh, a werewolf in the dark. That's a wolf face. You have been hunted by the ferocious castle hounds. Okay. You become separated, and each of you must fight alone. Ooh, no. Roll a chapter die in front of each player to represent the hounds attacking them. Okay, so 1 chapter die in front of each character. Very cool. However, the hounds can sense weakness. Players with less than half their starting hit points should roll 2 chapter dice. Okay, so we don't have that problem. Combat special. No player can rest until the hounds attacking them is defeated. Wow, so there's no rest here. Normally before combat, one character in the party is allowed to rest before combat starts. They may then either rest or help another player defeat theirs. A player aiding another takes damage as normal. Okay, here we go. So damage, I take it, must be... Let me go to combat. Let's double check how they damage me. Because this does not have any... So normally cards should have dice at the bottom for what you have to do to kill it. This has no dice. So I suppose if I roll the same thing it rolls, right? Combat special. Some enemies have a special ability which is explained on the card. These often break the standard rules of combat in a devious way, making it fearsome opponents. Okay, so no player can rest. Okay, we already know that. But if one of us wins, we can help the other one accepting damage. Okay, so here we go. Combat between the cook and the hounds. Star. Now so according to the combat, if we roll what we need to beat it, we win. So this would defeat this, right? It's not on the card, but it's what he rolled. So we're going to win. So our cunning allows the cook to trick the hound and drive his butcher knife, her butcher knife, into its shoulders, bringing the hound down. So she would actually defeat the hound. Now the abbot, let's see what he can do. Holy cow! There's only this creature only does 1 hit point per failed attack. So let's see if the abbot or the smith can get his. No, the smith's going to suffer a hit point. -1, so he's at 17. She now can rest or join in and help, but she would suffer damage. But she is going to join in to help the smith kill his hound. And this means we take no damage. These are blocking dice. If you roll double blocks, basically you can take no damage. But we didn't kill him. So we don't take any damage, but we didn't kill him. We're going to keep going. Well, we got double, looks like we got double eyes. And we have the abbot. So we're going to take a point of damage for the abbot again. And double eyes would be, I think, is still a block, is it not? Nope. So she also takes damage. So we have to roll equal to whatever it rolls to kill it. Shoot. Block, though, for the cook. So the cook's going to get a block, and the smith's going to take more damage. So this hound is dangerously deadly, as we must roll to beat it. Oh, wow, we're both taking damage here. We may not survive the first simple hound. Yes, finally. The cunning defeats the cunning right there, right? Let's double check. Combat, yeah, you have to roll the symbols of the creature to defeat it. Now, there's no symbols on this card, so it's whatever it would roll. Okay, so we finally defeated it. Nobody took damage, and that was tough. Holy cow. The abbot better fight better than that in future. So the cook and the abbot avoid damage here. We had 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're down to 14 and 16. Holy cow. All right, next. Man, this is pretty cool, though. We're lurking through this, trying to escape the dungeon. Creepy-looking witch-type woman with some kind of flask. Bringing... Oh, his cart. Okay, it looks like a female. Bringing his cart to the halt beside you. An intriguing stranger insists you sample his latest brew. Healing elixir, he claims. A spiked club dangles from his belt, and, keen as you are to move on, you feel it would be unwise to refuse. How bad can it be? You must choose one option. Take a sip. Take a long draw. Okay. So if I take a sip, the man will smile and reward you. Draw an item card. Take a long drought. Try to roll might in one attempt. Success, so we're just going to take a sip and draw an item card. Success, the elixir warms your innards, gain 3 HP. Okay. Again, they're not telling me what success is for this. Take a sip, it just says the man smiles and rewards you. Draw, so I just take a sip, and we're going to draw an item card. We'll fight over who gets the item here in a second. Let's say Smith took the sip. If I roll a might, I would gain 3 HP with a long drought. I think Smith is gonna actually, yeah, the cook will have taken the simple sip. I'm cheating a little bit here because I didn't read it thoroughly. The Smith will take the long drought, trying to get the 3 HP back. Nope. So he's gonna actually lose one as it's toxic and he vomits up another hit point. So shoot, he is definitely not doing too hot here. But we get an elixir of insight before any round of combat to change any chapter die, show a trait of your choice. Okay, that's very cool. And liquid, so we're going to give the cook that one. Thank you, old man, for your elixir. Meanwhile, the smith wipes vomit and blood from his tunic and chin, feeling sickly, frowns at the peddler of foul, toxic remedies. Here we go. The cook didn't seem to have a problem with it. Of course, the cook probably can recognize those subtle flavors, right? Oh, this looks good. This looks terrifying. We got a guy with, oh, lordy. He looks like a torturer. You are knocked unconscious and dragged down a side passage. You wake strapped to a table where a man in a filthy apron is scraping rust from a jagged blade. You are to be the test subject for the castle's torture. Great. You must endure the pain until until your absence is noticed and you are rescued. Roll your character die 5 times. Each roll that is not might or a double, you lose an HP. Holy cow. And of course the cook drew this one as Smith drew the last one, so the cook's going to suffer this. Has been knocked on the head and drug away, and the Smith not paying attention. 5 times. If I roll a might, I'm okay, or a double, I'm okay. Anything else, I lose a hit point. So I got to roll this 5 times. Oh, double, so I don't lose. That's 1. Cook symbol. That's my might die. I don't lose. So my cook is tough. Doubles, don't lose. Doubles, don't lose. Boy, the cook is tough. Doubles, don't lose. How about that? That is brilliant. So she takes a beating from this guy and never falls unconscious. She ultimately receives help from the smith, and it does not say. It just says roll until help arrives. Help arrives, helping rescue the cook from the torture. It does not say we have to defeat him, right? So it just says until help arrives. So that is done, right? You must endure the pain until your absence is noticed and you are rescued. Roll your character, until you're rescued. So Smith sneaks in, rescues her from this torture, and they slink away into the dark passage while he's sharpening a new torture device. Whoo! Boy, this is tough. She did not lose 1 hit point, though, in all of that. Uh-oh, now this guy, we have to roll those to beat him, so this is going to be interesting. Chapter dice, they're called. This nobleman seems out of place wandering the bowels of the castle. He offers a reward if you do not tell anyone you have seen him. As you talk, he covers his nose, visibly disgusted by you. As a group, choose one option. Aid or attack. You agree and he rewards you, or attack. Now we can still carry 2 more, 1 more each. If you survive, we're not going to attack him. I mean, we're trying to get away. He's asking us to be cool. Why would we want to kill him? So let's draw an item card. As we agree, we nod, and the smith will draw this item card. Now, actually, the cook will, because the cook has less damage. So the cook, although beaten up from the torture, will take the item card. Stale loaf of bread. This records 2 HP. Outstanding. We're going to give that for the second item to the smith. And again, we shake hands. We've done business. And we make careful note of his description. So if we have to, we could write him out, right? If we needed to. All right, here we go. All right. At the end of this winding, so this is a treasure chest with traps surrounding it. At the end of this winding passage, a wooden chest covered in cobwebs is protected by a gauntlet of vicious-looking traps. As a group, choose one option. Move on. It's not worth the risk. Turn the next chapter card. Risk it. Nominate a player to try to receive items from the chest. Any roll of cunning in one attempt, and may try it as many times as there are players. Wow. For each success, draw an item card, 2 on a double cunning. Wow. For each failure, lose 2 HP. Cunning. The cook has 2 cunning. Yeah, the cook has 2 double, or no, the cook has a double cunning, a cunning, and another cunning. Wow, so the cook's got some cunning, so she might be able to slide through there. The habit has 1 cunning. Okay, so we certainly will not send the abbot, but I think she might be able to pull this off. So we're going to go ahead and tiptoe her into the... She'll take 2 hit points of damage if she fails. I only have to roll... They must roll cunning in 1 attempt. So I have 1 shot to roll a cunning. Yep. So we get through. She steps over the trap, skips across the pit, dodges the spears and through the swinging blade, and stands in front of this chest. She carefully flips the chest up, and it reveals a rotten shield. She smiles, thinking, what a platter, a perfect platter to serve a brew and ale upon, not realizing it's a shield. She carries it out, fantastic, and she is safely dodges and steps through and escapes that. We're doing pretty good here, man. This is pretty cool. All right, the smith nods and smiles and says, can I have that shield? Can we trade? She says, sure, give me the liquid luck. The abbot says, I need the liquid luck. What about that stale loaf of bread? But I need to eat that stale loaf of bread. So he's going to gobble down the stale loaf of bread and get 2 hit points back. +2, so he's up to 15. And she will give him the shield. There we go. So we are managing our inventory between our cooperative characters here. Meanwhile, we must keep moving. We must escape the dungeon. Oh my lord, this doesn't look good. A man wielding chain. As you pass a heavy wooden door, it flies open and a ragged man bursts through. He wields his shackles as a weapon, and his crazed stare sends a clear message. You stand between him and freedom. You must try your might or a double in 1 attempt. So both of us roll, and we have to get our might in 1 attempt. If you manage to deflect the wild flail, begin combat. If you fail, lose 2 hit points and begin combat. So right now we're just trying to dodge. We need a might or a double attempt, or a double. It just says a double, so any double would count to dodge this surprise attack. Oh no, we're both going to get clobbered for 2 hit points, and we start combat. We're at 14. Good thing he ate that stale bread. 13. Oh man, and now he has might. Alright, he has might. He has eye. And he has, so we get 2 of us, so 2 dice. Alright. So we need a fist and an eye of our own to defeat him. And he needs might to cause damage to us, right? Holy cow, what's the shield do? Whenever you would lose 1 HP, reduce the amount by 1, down to a minimum of 1. Okay, well right now we'll save that for this actual combat, because that was a surprise attack. Okay, double block for the abbot, so he will not suffer any damage at all. Double cunning for her, she will not suffer any damage. And 2 of these. But the sad part is, so that will remove at least 1 of his dice, the double. So he's out at least 1. And nobody take damage, which is very cool. Alright, here we go. Now we need a fist to defeat him. No, wow, but... Okay, so we already knocked out his eye. So that's going to cause us damage, because neither one of us got a fist. We got the eye already, so... No, wait, we both would stop the eye. Is that right? We need the eye to beat him. We already knocked out his eye, so basically it's a stalemate, because we can't hurt him. We need a fist to beat him. So he damages us, right, if we don't roll doubles. An eye again for him, doubles for the abbot, and an eye again for us. So again, nobody suffers, but we don't kill him. We need a fist to kill him, but at least we dodge that damage. Double eye will dodge damage. The abbot is going to suffer damage. So the abbot -2, boy, or the smith, excuse me, 11. He's really not faring too hot. We need a fist. Yes, the cook finally clobbers him, takes him out of action, and we had a double for the smith. So he is finished. And we are hurting here. I could have removed one of those with a shield. Down to a minimum of 1. Yep. So we would have used the shield on that. I'm sorry, I forgot. So we're technically at 12 hit points. Okay. Now remember, for the next combat, no matter what card I call, I can rest one of these characters to heal up 1 hit point. Whew! This is pretty cool. Oh, I think I'm supposed to be drawing item cards, aren't I? After combat? Page 9. After combat. After surviving combat, draw 1 item card regardless of the number of players. Then choose which item you will keep. Okay. So, after combat, we get an item card. Infested Cheese Wheel restores 1 hit point. We have an Elixir of Insight, Liquid Luck, and a Rotten Shield. We're going to discard. Well, she can actually carry it. We can carry 2 each, so we'll take it. Alright, here we go. On to the next. A raging beast of a bull thing. The smell of manure is thick as you enter this chamber, flanked with wooden animal stalls. An agitated beast of burden has broken free, and its pin and now blocks your way. It is cornered, mighty horns, ready to gouge anyone who gets close. Begin combat. Combat special. Each round when it attacks, the creature deals an additional 1 hit point of damage to any players who hit it. So, okay, we have to roll. So again, it gets 2 dice, 1 for each of us, and we need an eye to kill it. So if we can just roll 1 eye, we'll defeat it. And it does 2 points of damage plus an additional to anybody who hits it. Yep. So it's going to do damage here. The cook gets a hit. The abbot takes a hit. Holy cow, 2. So we're all going to take, man, that's 3. Yeah, the cook gets a hit, so he's going to take 1. The cook takes 1 just for getting a hit. The eye is his, so we don't damage it. Oh, man. And 1 each, or 2 each, so minus 1, 2 more. So 13 minus 2 is 11, and minus, he didn't hit it, so minus 2. So he's at 10. We're in real trouble here. We're at 11 and 10 already. Only not even halfway through this dungeon. We need to roll a white to kill it. Yes. No, 2 eyes. Are you kidding me? So we're both going to take, again, but we didn't hit it. So we're both going to take 2. So we're at 9. And we're at 8. We're not going to survive this. Here we go. Let's roll him. Oh, man. And, okay, that is a block at least. Cunning to dodge. Basically, that just means she dodged. And might means we hit it and take 1, but we can't kill it. So 3 more hit points for him. Minus 3. He's down to 5. This is brutal. She at least totally dodges damage. All we need is, we just need her or the abbot to roll an eye, and we get him. But it looks like the cook blocked him again. The abbot's going to take... The abbot is going to take... Unbelievable. The abbot's going to take... he didn't hit him, though, this time. The abbot did not hit. We're going to take 2. We're at 3. The abbot is in deep trouble. We're going to reduce that, by the way. Shoot, I've been forgetting to reduce those hit points by 1. So let's back up here. 7 and 2. He's at 5. He'll be at 5 right now after this assault. All we need is 1 eye to defeat it. Yes, double eye, defeat it. Hot dogs. Nobody takes any damage, and double block for him. So he was actually defending himself. And I think the cook, the cook has turned out to be really good. I don't know what the real smith would be like because I don't have the smith die. I got 2 abbot dice. But we survived that. Holy cow, not good. We're going to have to remember to rest. Liquid Luck just lets me re-roll. Elixir of Insight just allows, before any round of combat, to change 1 of the dice. Interesting. Discard to restore 1 HP. He's at 3, she's at 9. Whoop, she's going to eat this. Remember, if either die, game is over. So it isn't like I can keep playing. So she's up to 10. We need to pull a card. We won that battle. Effervescent Evasion. Whenever you would lose an HP, discard an item to lose none. Okay, he really needs that. So we're going to swap. We're going to give Liquid Luck to her. And he now can knock 1 down and he can also discard an item to reduce a hit point. I don't think we're going to make it. He has 3, she has 10. Resting can only happen at the beginning of the next combat. So you can't rest just to rest. Oh no, these guys look tough. You turn a corner and step right into the path of 2 guards. They exchange a puzzled look, then lunge to restrain you. As a group, choose one option: flee. You force your way past them, but not before taking several glancing blows. Each player would take 1 hit point of damage or begin a fight. What's cool is all it has here is the 2 dice for each of us. So it'd be just 2 dice. There is no special. That's interesting. So we would beat it whatever it rolls. So if we roll what they roll, we beat them. They do 2 points of damage though. If we run, she'll take 1. He'll be down to 2. We gotta run. We have to run. So he's down to 2. This is sad but true. And she's gonna be down to 9. Man, we gotta run. We just gotta run. Keep going. You never know. Here we go. As we sprint down the hall into the gaping maw of this unbelievably dangerous looking creature. You sense something strange in this chamber. There is a sudden drop in temperature and the air grows still. Then you see it. As a group, choose one option. Flee again, take 2 hit points of damage. That would kill him. Or begin combat. We should have fought the other guys, but at least it only does 1 point. We're going to fight it. It does get a fist, and it gets 1 die for each of us. So what makes this dangerous is they only had a die for each of us and no others. This thing has its own die plus 1 for each of us. But we need a fist to beat it. We get a fist, we defeat it. He's going to rest before this starts. So he gets to stay out and rest. He'll heal up 1. So he'll be up to 3, but he cannot roll on this turn. So she's really up against it without his help. She gets a... Oh, but it does not hit us, right? It does not get a fist. It gets 2 eyes and a thingy, and she gets a fist. So we basically break even there. The abbot now can join the fight in round 2. We need a fist to defeat it. It needs a fist to harm us. We get a fist to defeat it, and it gets a fist to harm us. So we defeat it, and we all take 1 point of damage. So again, we're at 2 for him, and she's now at -1. She's at 8, but we did defeat this thing. Holy cow. And the abbot, I think, actually did the damage on that one. Whoo! Very, very cool. Okay. Now, unless I'm doing that wrong, I'm supposed to roll exactly what it rolls. I don't think so. I think I have to roll what it says here, right? So I'm definitely... Attack. To begin combat round, doubles are automatically avoid combat. Yeah, the only way you can hurt it is to roll what it has on its card. Not on its. And obviously, if it doesn't have a die, you have to roll and match their dice. So, okay, I'm doing it right. I'm doing it right. It just seems too easy to be believable. Holy cow! This guy looks pretty sweet right here. Looks like an undead fighter or something. You emerge into a small sandy area. In the center, a woman, far taller and more muscular than yourself, raises her well-worn blade and calls out, "Challengers, prepare to die. Begin combat." Holy cow. Players may not rest. So, she does only 1 point of damage. We have 2 here. He's going to use this effervescent and then discard it to get a hit point back. So he'll be up to 3 at least, and he has his sword that reduces 1. However, this actually can. There must be a minimum of 1. She does 1, so just the opposite. We're going to throw this out and keep the elixir, and she'll be up. So he will not have this anymore, but he goes up to 1. She, on the other hand, doesn't have anything that'll help her in that way. I think what she'll do though is give him back his liquid luck. Okay, and she has a fist, and I this, and she gets a die for each of us. Wow. So she gets... Woo-hoo. Okay, here we go. I don't think we're going to win. Oh, and we don't get... Oh, yeah, we do. We do knock out that, but she gets 2, 3, right? All she needs, though, is to cause damage. That's all she needs. We at least got one of those in our roll, which is this star, so she's down to 2. So, there we go. There's one against her. But we both took 1 hit point each. So minus 1 is down to 7. He's down to 2. I think I'm doing this right. He's going to discard Liquid Luck and get back that hit point. Up to 3. She's going to hand him Elixir of Insight. Holy cow. Okay, that's out of the combat now at least. Oh, man. Come on. Yeah, doubles and doubles. So this is fantastic. We will take this out. We need the fist. We didn't get the fist, but we got doubles, which means that we don't take any damage. We don't cause any damage outside of the doubles, but outstanding. Okay, he's going to discard this, and he's going to go up to 4 HP as he's using this elixir and discarding items. And he's up to 4. How about that? And we only need to get now a fist, and we'll win. No, but we block, and we block. So, it's stalemate so far. Oh, man, yes, the Cook and the Abbot both combined to knock out that fist, and we defeat him as that's it. But we'll both take a point of damage. 6 and 3. So we're at 6 and 3. I think we're not long for this world, but fantastic. I think I'm doing this right. At least that's, how it reads, and that's how the rules read when I check them. So far so good, man. So we defeated a very tough and muscular, tall woman. Effervescent Evasion. Oh, we get to draw a new card. Elixir of Insight. Okay. Here we go. I don't think we're going to survive. We still got a boss to beat at the end. Oh, man. As these 3 old women draw near, you notice their feet do not touch the ground. With a cackle, they lunge, probing for you with withered hands and rotten tongues. Begin combat. Dang it. And they get 1, plus 1 for each of us again. So they are definitely always outnumbered us because of this. First time the risen hags are defeated, before drawing an item card, roll a chapter die. If the result is wisdom, they regenerate. You must restart combat and defeat them a second time. Holy cow. We're not going to make it. Okay. He's going to rest before this fight, getting up to 5. So it means he can't go on this one, and she's up against it all by her lonesome. They only do 1 point of damage. Alright, so she does not achieve anything, and she suffers 1. She's down to 5. We're both at 5 now. He can join the combat now. We need 1 star to beat her. That's all we need, 1 star. And, yep, double stars. We're going to defeat him. And the double blocks, and we got him. Whoo! We survived that. I can't believe it. But I have to roll a chapter die to draw our item card. If I roll Wisdom, which is this asterisk, that means if I roll the asterisk here, it means they rise and we have to beat them again. Dang it, heck. We got to beat them again. All we need is an asterisk and we win. A white asterisk or a double asterisk and we beat them a second time. Yes, double asterisks and double blocks. So we do defeat them a second time. This time we get a card. Go away, you old hags. Very cool. Partially rotten apple. Yep, he's going to eat that right now and get up to 6. And she's at 5. Whoo! Okay. Man, we're actually doing okay for my very first game ever. Holy cow, here we go. A creature stitched together using butchered animal parts scuttles towards you. It is so hideous you instinctively lash out. Begin combat. Special. The first time this creature is defeated, before drawing an item card, roll a chapter dice. If it is might, it will regenerate and attack you again. Are you kidding? So again, it has the same advantage. We just need a star to beat it. A star defeats it. Yes, the Abbot is going to defeat it. We both, looks like we'll both, that cancels that. Looks like we're both going to take at least a point though, right? 4 and 5, but we defeat it. Now we have to roll. If I roll might, right? If I roll a might, we have to fight it again. No, we dodged a bullet. We get an item card. Warped Cudgel. All right, so the cook is going to grab up a Warped Cudgel. It's one-handed. Once per round of combat, when you roll might, you may roll again and choose which of the two results apply. Sweet. Okay, so that's pretty serious. Warped Cudgel. Man, the Smith is doing okay. He's at 5 hit points. She's at 4. We need an elixir. We're not going to discard. Well, we might discard this elixir of insight. He's at 5. She's at 4. Yep. So he's going to give. I think the cook has more. We want the cook gets a fist more. So we got to keep the cudgel. We're going to give the elixir of insight to him. But see, she's at 4. All right, it doesn't say you can't do this. We're going to trade the Warped Cudgel back. We're going to give her these. She's going to discard the Elixir of Insight and get an HP back. So she's back up to 5. He's at 6. Oh, no, he's at 5. They're both at 5. Now he'll trade her back so she has that cudgel. Again, this is what working together is all about, trying to survive. Old school, baby. You do what you got to do to survive that dungeon. We're actually very close. My first game. Oh, Lord. Can you see these cards? Gee, Merry Christmas. Unbelievable. I think it's working. You interrupt the beast, man, devouring a fresh kill. He raises his head, sinew dangling from his gore-smeared mouth, then charges. You must try to roll might or a double in one attempt. Might or a double. Double for Smith, and she does not. Success, you react quickly and dive aside, begin combat. Failure, you're slammed to the floor and lose 2 hit points, begin combat. She's down to 3. So the Smith managed to dodge, but we are in deep trouble as it has a fist, an eye, and 2 dice. It does 2 points of damage per attack. We have to roll a fist and an eye. So a fist and an eye will win this. She can't afford to rest. Actually, I think she can rest. She's going to rest and get back a hit point, so she will not roll on this. She'll be up to 4. So the abbot is going to go it alone on this first battle as he keeps this creature tied up while she rests. Doubles means I block, no damage at all for us, and a double will take out one of his dice. So that is good news. Hot dog. Okay, the cook now in the game. And a double block means you don't take any damage. So he's defending himself, keeping it busy, while she's catching her breath and going up to 4. So we're at 4 and 5, respectively. Holy cow, we could beat this thing. We need a fist or an eye, or both. Double fists and a fist. So we're going to take out the fist. We don't get an eye, though. That's too bad. But the double fist saves her from damage. He's going to take a point, or no, 2 points. He's at 3. She's at 4. Unbelievable. But we got him almost down. So if we can get a fist and an eye or 2 or an eye, we both need to roll 1 of each. No, double fist, though, will protect the cook. The abbot's going to take damage. Jeez, that's too bad. He's down to 1. If he dies, game over. Come on. Oh, we got the eye. That's good. And the cook blocks, and he gets an eye, taking out the eye. But a fist gets through. That's going to cause him to die. -1. Game over. The Smith is gored as it picks him up with his horns and shakes him back and forth, tearing up his intestines, and then pitches him off into the darkness. And the cook falls back, stumbles back to the wall, and crying slides down the wall, whimpering as it turns to her and smiles, snarling teeth, and lunges at her, and we fade to black. They do not survive. Holy cow. Game over. That was fun, though. We were down to 1 card. We almost escaped. Almost escaped. We were down to 1 card plus the boss. The boss, of course, is, as you expect, would probably be unbelievable. That's pretty cool. That's just 15 cards. You can see how many cards there are that never came up, that you have to constantly create new dungeons, basically for endless play. Very, very cool. So there you have it. I think I did that right. I will read through this all again and double check, but I think we're doing it right. Is combat just says, to begin a round of combat, each participating player simultaneously rolls the die to make an attack. Then in any order the players choose to resolve those attacks one at a time as follows. If what a player has rolled on their character die matches any of the chapter dice laid out beneath the chapter card, they may remove the corresponding chapter die to score a hit, placing it back in the pool above the castle deck. Doubles count as 2 hits of that trait shown, so 2 dice may be removed. So, ironically, I think I've been doing that wrong. We would have actually... doubles are also surrounded by a shield, mean you take no damage, right? Okay, we've been doing that right. If any character's dice remain after each character's attack has been fully resolved, then you'll take damage. I gotcha. So we first try to eliminate their dice. If any dice are left, then you take damage. So I've been doing that a little bit wrong. However, we haven't met anything with as many dice as the last couple of monsters. So what would happen here is this. Let's take this guy. He's got 1, 2, and 2 for us. Right? So he would roll. And we're trying to eliminate dice. We would roll. Okay, so we would actually take that die out as we cause damage to him. And the eye die wouldn't count, which means he would cause 3 points of damage, right? Because only doubles will take out 2, right? Yeah, we would have to have a double to take out both of his fists. Okay, so we're not so much looking at the card as we're trying to eliminate their rolls. So this just tells me how many dice they get. Then we only look at the dice when we fight. So this takes out this, right? And again, we would both suffer points of damage, right? So that's crazy tough. So you can see against a beast like this, with just 2, how difficult it's going to be. Unless, again, you're lucky enough to nail it. Very cool, though. A great game. Unfortunately, my Escape the Castle box set came without the Smith die. So I had to actually play the Smith as an abbot. What it means is he would have had a more combat die. As it was, he was playing with the abbot's die, which is less combat. I purposely chose 2 high combat characters, but I was playing with an abbot's die, so that technically wasn't getting these numbers. So what these numbers mean is that's what should be on the dice. So for instance, the cook has 4, 3, and 1. So technically they're identical. Well, no, they're not identical. They are different. So I couldn't use the cook's dice for him. And the abbot dice is completely different. So he was just basically a smith playing like an abbot. Very cool. Thanks for watching. I hope this was, again, I never do these to teach the games or be tutorials. I do them to share them and to have fun. And then I always expect to learn something in the first playthrough. So, goodbye.